Kyushu, you're muted. No, I'm not. I'm miming. No, I am not muted. I just wanted to see if anyone could notice. I was kind of worried that the mouth sounds that I was doing was gonna go through the mic, but thankfully the threshold was not good enough. But all these times I forget that I'm muted, and I gotcha! Oh, it's so good to finally get y'all this time. But yes, yo, peoples, Kyushu 92. Wait, hold up. Yo, hold up. I gotta do this right. Ozzy popping in for being a member for 20 months. 20 months. That's a long period of time, man. Thank you, Ozzy. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm right on time. Your audio isn't. Never mind. Cohagen, you tricked us. Yeah, I had to get y'all one time because y'all know I'm kind of infamous for forgetting to turn my mic on. Y'all know I am bad for that. Y'all know I'm bad for that. But I just thought I'd get y'all this one time because y'all always let me know. But I just thought I'd get you this one time, Cohagen. You tricked us. Unsubscribed, Cohagen. Oh, Cohagen, it's all good. Ogata, it's good to see you. Blue Arc, it's good to see you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more One Piece. In the last chapter, we find out that Bonnie has supreme control over all pacifistas, with her being the supreme authority over all of them, trumping even the Gorosei themselves. Things are looking dire. We see the rest of the Vegapunk gets skewered by Jay Garcia because of this treachery, and we see the rest of the Straw Hats as they're preparing to get out and leave. And while it seems like things are going bad, Kizaru tries to take out Kuma and Bonnie, but gets punched away by Luffy, who's fully revitalized again, and he saves everyone by causing the entire ground to become bouncy and rubbery so that they are safe from the fall. And the pacifistas, under the command of Bonnie, turn right back around and just start firing on all of the Navy ships. But then we get one of the biggest shocking entrances that I never thought we'd see here in the Egghead arc. We get Dory and Bragi, who we later find out are the ones who destroyed the Navy ship that went after the evacuees that Jay Garcia sent after. You know, on the hopes that none of them know. I got water this time. On the hopes that none of them will know about the Void Sentry. Dory and Bragi just show up saying like, "We're here for you, Straw Hat! I love their laughs because I could just start laughing. I love the Giants. They're here and they just start wrecking shop with the Navy. So let's see what happens in chapter 1107. I've been looking for you. Reader request, Beppo pouting after finding Law napping with a snow leopard by Odenko. And it shows Beppo, not only is he pouting, also, this is brought to you by Shonen Jump, weekly Shonen Jump on Viz. Not only does it show Beppo pouting, but it also shows Beppo who's slipped a funnel into this leopard's mouth and has a pot of hot water prepared to pour into it, and he also has a bat in hand. He really doesn't like Law laying up against any other animal other than him, because Beppo is pretty much Law's personal beanbag couch. But your boy Beppo out here really about to exhibit some Black Air Force energy, be all like, "Huh, you're gonna lay up next to Law, my captain? Captain! You gonna lay up next to my captain? Yeah, we'll see about that." Shh. As soon as it wakes up, pat! Just, I don't even want to think about that. Because knowing how strong Beppo actually is, that leopard's not gonna last. But, the first thing we get is Bragi going, Oimo, Kashi! So it gets confirmed that Oimo and Kashi are here! That's the first thing we see! Oimo, Kashi! Giant Pirates Captain Bragi, the Red Ogre. Giant Pirates Captain Dory, the Blue Ogre. Fan out with your soldiers and destroy the enemy ships. Watch out for their cannons. And then we have Oimo and Kashi, who we haven't seen since Enies Lobby. God, it feels like yesterday I was reading that volume, seeing Oimo and Kashi, and how they decided to help out the Straw Hat crew. It feels like yesterday. And now we have them joining in the raid on Onigashima. I mean, I'll give y'all a minute to come up with a joke on how I just said Onigashima. I can't take it back. I can't take it back. I'll give y'all a moment. That's on me. That's on me. As they are raiding Egghead. And then we have Kashi, giant pirates Kashi. You're on, captains. Ooh, ba 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 ba. Wait. Is this the first time we are hearing Kashi laugh? I don't remember that. I don't remember that laugh. That ooh ba 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 ba. And then we have Oimo. Giant pirates Oimo. Let's get 'em, boys! Rah! And it's a whole crew of giants. Where have they been all these years? It's the legendary giant pirates, just as we once knew them. Leading them into battle are Bragi the Red Ogre and Dory the Blue Ogre. Their one-time comrades are with them too. What are they all doing here now? And we have Dory, Bragi leading the charge as we have Oimo and Kashi and even more giants just rushing Egghead. And while they're doing that, they are just destroying it. Like, you see many giants. You see one with a giant sword. You see one with a big old axe. And he's all like, giant pirate crew. Who knew? Oh, the giants are here. And they're just wrecking shop with everybody. They're just cleaving ships in half. The giant pirates have made landfall. Hurry, drive off the giants. Good luck with that, because it's a whole crew. And who is it who sees Dory and Bragi first? From way on high with his big old binoculars, who he calls his friends, who I told you would be excited would show up. I told you this. I told you this as soon as Dory and Bragi showed up. I told you there was going to be one Straw Hat member who was going to be incredibly excited and happy to see them. Who is it who zeroes in on him and he goes, Masters! It's Usopp! I told you. I predicted this. I predicted that Usopp was going to be the most excited to see the Giants show up. But he's there, crying his eyes out because, because of his history with Dory and Bragi back on Little Garden. Masters! What are they doing here? Master Bragi! Master Dory!
Oimo and Kashi are here too. They must have gone to get the captains at Little Garden.
And because, Chopper's there as well.
I'm glad they did. I was afraid that we'd go all the way to Elbaf and not get to see them.
A giant pirate's refresher. Long ago, the world trembled in fear of the giant pirate crew, until a 100-year-long fight between their two captains, Dory and Bragi, broke them apart. Luffy's crew happened across their duel, and on a different island, they met and befriended their subordinates, Oimo and Kashi, who were trying to check on their captains. Then we have Edison, who's with Nami, Chopper, and Usopp right now.
They're clearly attacking the Navy ships. I can't believe they know you. I guess they must have found out about this and came to help.
Huh? How?
It's a government attack. Of course it'll be in the news by the next day. Though I'm sure they're reporting it in a way that suits them.
You mean this is a major news story? Yeah, I guess it must be. They're not here to wage war. They're here to break us out of this mess. Hurry, get ready to leave. And then we cut back to the Sunny, of which Lilith and Brooke are on, and they're still sliding on the ice. Oh, is that Nami? Is that Nami? It's, wait. Gotcha. Oh, is that Nami? It's me.
Where are you now, Brooke?
We're almost there. We'll be passing through in a moment.
Stop the ship! If we shoot off the island, we'll hit the barrier and it'll explode. Hello? This is me, Lilith. Listen up. This bonehead didn't have a plan to stop, so...
And then it cuts to Jinbei.
Sure is a lot of ruckus going on. We should at least be ready to leave at a moment's notice. It's not the time to be fighting. Hear that, Zoro?
As we cut back to another part, as Zoro is still clashing with Rob Lucci.
You're really hanging tough. Can we wrap this up? I'm in a hurry. That's something the eventual victor says, Roronoa. But you are only the dead weight holding your friends back. Am I wrong?
On the contrary, by far, Zoro is the last person you need to be concerned with about being dead weight. He's the first mate. Dead weight, but of course Rob Lucci would try to use words, try to put down in Zoro, but we already seen Zoro's resolve to never lose again. And he's beaten people that are astronomically more powerful than the last person he's fought. So, please, by all means, go off, Lucci, go off.
But you're only the dead weight holding your friends back. Am I wrong? You're a pack of fools unable to cut loose a single member for the good of the rest. As long as you're still alive, your friends are trapped here. You say that as though you're the one in control of how long we fight, Rob Lucci.
And then we see a light appear, and it's the pacifistas as they continue to blow up more warships. What are the ship damages so far? Ah! We've lost about 30 small and mid-sized ships, and the numbers are only rising. And then we had Vice Admiral Quadruple Chin going, all small and mid-sized ships, pull back. Battleships only at the fore. We're getting nowhere with this. Yes, sir. Vice Admiral Red King. Okay, we got his name. Vice Admiral Red King. Are we sure his name isn't Vice Admiral Donut King? Look at all those chins. You don't get those chins from birth. Those chins are earned. Yes, sir, Vice Admiral Red King.
How has this gone so terribly wrong that we have to attack our own military weapons?
And then, of course, the bigger warships start opening fire on the pacifistas, and one of them gets knocked back. And then we cut back to the inner parts of Egghead, where Luffy is in his Gear 5 state, in front of Jay Garcia, in front of Bonnie, in front of everyone, including, Vegapunk, who is still laying on the ground, grievously injured. Hey, Bonnie! Why are you crying?
Of course I'm crying, you idiot! I've been looking for you!
Hey, we got the title. Huh? But we've only been together this whole time.
I know, but I didn't know that you were Nika.
Nika? What's Nika? By the way, I saw that wimpy punch you threw.
I wanted to hit him with a rubber punch like yours. Show me how to do it.
Pound him for... Oh, wait.
Pound him for Vegapunk right now! Help get us off this island!
What? Vegapunk? As Luffy, his eyes quadruple, and he's looking at Vegapunk, who's laying on the ground.
Stupid insects. There is a reason that you are worthy of death.
And then Luffy just smiles and goes, no, there isn't. Okay, Bonnie, I'll do that. From now on, throw your punches like this. And he starts running. Woo! He starts winding up a punch. And then all of a sudden, Garcia looks at Luffy, and Luffy gets hit by this unseen force. And he's bleeding, which is kind of substantial because very few things are able to make Luffy bleed in his Gear 5 state. The only thing we've seen that actually fully damaged him and actually was able to draw blood from Luffy, not even Kaido's Kaien Hake was able to make Luffy bleed, at least to a great degree. I mean, it bit into him. It made him hurt a little bit. Well, actually, I think Kaido trying to bite into his hand. I think that made him bleed just a little bit. I'm trying to remember. But very few things are capable of harming Luffy in his Gear 5 state. This is another instance where this force push, if you will, hits Luffy and it makes him bleed. You hurt my friend. Gum Gum. Dawn Gatling! Dawn Gatling. It's crazy how the first time we see Gum Gum Gatling is being used on some regular Navy soldiers. And now we see Luffy at his peak using Gatling again, but he's using it on one of the highest authorities in the world, and he just starts pummeling Jay Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, the third greatest punch of One Piece. The first one was Kuma punching Jay Garcia. The second one was Luffy punching Charlas. And now the third greatest punch is Luffy punching a member of the Gorosei! See, this is what happens when you hurt a friend of Luffy. You get done up. You get them pockets ran. You catch the thickest of smoke. And Jay Garcia is just reeling from this attack. And then, while this is happening, Luffy's heartbeat is still going, doon da da da, doon da da da, doon da da da. And as he's doing this, and mind you, Luffy's fists are also enlarged and coated in hockey. And he sends Jay Garcia flying! And it shows the face of Bonnie, Kuma, and Vegapunk as Jay Garcia gets knocked away. And then we get Frankie who's going, we gotta get away on our own. Come on, Bonnie. Use the hover function. You'll be able to fly at low altitudes within the island's boundary. Oh wait, this is Atlas.
Use the hover function. You'll be able to fly at low altitudes within the island's bounds. Come on.
And then we have Bonnie going,
come on, Vegapunk. Let's go.
You go on ahead, Bonnie. I know quite a lot about medical science, and if I move now, I will die.
What?
And then it cuts to Kizaru going, you'll die whether you move or not. Accept your fate. And then it shows Kizaru preparing to shoot Bonnie and Vegapunk, and as she looks back, he shoots, and Sanji kicks away his laser! Sanji intercepted Kizaru. Sanji not only intercepted Kizaru, and completely dissipated his laser. I'm trying to be calm right now. Woo! Sanji kicks away Kizaru's laser. And Kizaru, with the very first time I see him with a shocked face, like a genuine shocked face, not like a kawaii, like, huh? He has an actual, like, huh? He has an actual pog face, huh face. The first time Kizaru has been 100% and thoroughly shocked. Are you kidding me? Oh wait, that's Frankie going, are you kidding me? That was a laser beam. Love is stronger than light. If that's true, then physics as we know it is dead. Bruh. Let's move!
To the northwest shore, right?
As Atlas has Bonnie and everyone else in tow. Frankie is carrying Bonnie, and they're all hovering and flying, while Atlas is holding on to Kuma. Well, this really puts me in a bind now. I've got to at least take your heads back with me to save any face. And then it shows Luffy and Sanji in front of Kizaru. He's all like, okay. But Luffy's just bouncing on the ground going, better start writing up your formal apology. And then it shows a foot. Then it shows a foot coming up right next to Jay Garcia.
My, how the 5 elders have fallen.
Whoa! Whoa! I'm sorry. Sorry, Oda. Oda, I'm sorry if I'm getting up a whole lot. Oda! Oda! Oh, Oda! It's Katarina Devon. It's Katarina Devon. The Blackbeard Pirates have shown up. The Blackbeard Pirates have shown up. The Blackbeard Pirates are here. Katarina Devon and Van Ogre or Van Augur. They keep going back. Sometimes they call him Van Ogre in the they call him Van Ogre in the anime, but he's called Van Augur in the manga. So I'm wonder, do you call him Ogre or do you call him Augur? But Katarina Devon is here.
My, how the 5 elders have fallen. What kind of powers are those, I wonder? I've never heard of the 5 elders coming down to the real world from their lofty perch. But it's helped us quite a bit. There, mission complete.
What did she mean, mission complete? Did she just... Hold up. Wait, she just touched him. She just touched his leg.
There, mission complete.
3rd ship captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, Van Augur, with the warp fruit. Can I say that Van Augur looks very clean with like a thin mustache and beard? He looks very clean with it. And 6th captain of the Blackbeard Pirates, Katarina Devon, user of the dog fruit, mythical type, model 9-tailed fox.
What are you people doing here? Katarina Devon, I must admit, I did not expect to see the savages from level 6 submitting to another leash.
So he knows of Katarina Devon. Even though their history has been wiped away, I'm not surprised that Jay Garcia knows of the level 6 inmates.
Oh, but Teach is special.
As is his bloodline.
Huh? Excuse me? What do you mean, Blackbeard's bloodline? What you mean, Blackbeard's bloodline? What is it? What? First, Oda, you can't be doing this. You can't be doing this, sir. First, I'm like, what's going on with Kuma's bloodline? We find out he's a buccaneer. Now we got Jay Garcia going like, Katarina going,
oh, Teach is special.
As is his bloodline. What is it about Blackbeard then?
I'm sorry if I'm screaming. But Jay Garcia goes,
as is his bloodline.
Oh, you were aware of that?
You people are always up to strange business. What are you really after?
And then there's silence. And then Van Augur says, the world.
Teach is after the world. He's not going to stop until he conquers the world.
Teach's goal is the entire world. The whole world. Actually, what are you really after? That's actually the goal of the entirety of the Blackbeard Pirates. They're after the world. See, it's one thing for Teach to be after the One Piece itself, but he's not stopping at the One Piece. He wants all of the Blackbeard Pirates, they want the world. And then Van Augur just looks at him, and then Jay Garcia tries to stab where they are, and they both just warp away. And then it's just silence as Jay Garcia is just seething with anger. And then it shows Katarina and Van Augur popping into another location. They just pop into another location with him going, let's be on our way.
We're still on the island. You couldn't have warped us farther away.
I'm still training. At least he's able to say, Van Augur is able to say, like, my power hasn't increased yet. I'm still getting used to it.
Wait up, please. I can't believe I finally met you here. Supersonic Van Augur, Crescent Moon Hunter Katarina Devon. My name's Caribou, just a humble pirate at your service. I've been looking for you folks. See, there's a certain someone who inspired me to go out to sea in the first place. My lifelong dream is to be one of Master Blackbeard Teacher's goons. Please, you just gotta let me see him in person. I'm begging you.
Because Caribou has information. And he wants to join up with the Blackbeard Pirates. This has been teased ever since we seen Caribou saying, like, I need to tell a certain someone about Shirahoshi being one of the great weapons of the world, Poseidon. All the way back in Fishman Island, he was talking about that. But we've been wondering, is this person he means Blackbeard? And now we got Caribou here all like, yeah, I need to see Blackbeard. Bruh, this chapter. What you mean we're not going on a break after this chapter? Huh? What do you mean? I'm screaming my head off. I'm so sorry. I'm screaming my head off towards all of you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. But my God. The cavalry, let me see what you all have said. I gotta go down the list and see everyone. I got 11 people in here. Hey everybody, hope you enjoyed my insane reaction because this chapter had me turned up. I'm sorry, but let me see here. Master Psycho, good to see you as well. Finding, good to see you. Please, no Zoro disrespect. Oh, there won't be any. And also, yeah, Kohagen, Zoro's not even using his third sword, and he doesn't have his bandana on. So he's obviously not using all of his swords. He used 3 swords in 1093 with King of Hell activated. The difference is with that Ogata is that he can use Enma He can use all 3 of his swords normally. It's just that Lucci is not on a level where Zoro needs to use 3 swords. Let that sink in. As strong as Lucci has become, even after awakening his Devil Fruit, he is not worthy of having 3 swords being used by Zoro. Okay? He is not 3 sword worthy. Matter of fact, if I go back through this chapter and see him fighting, it don't even look like he using Enma. I'm trying to look at the sword. I'm trying to look at it. One of them, the guard doesn't look like the guard of the scabbard, like the handguard doesn't look like the one of Enma. The bro is not even using 3 swords, nor does he have his bandana on. Luffy is just an annoyance. Luffy could gear 5 at will now. I mean, yeah, he's able to. As long as he gets his heart pumping to that beat, he can do it. Yeah, take that, you bearded freak. Sanji's eyebrow changed again? Really? I wonder, does Sanji's eyebrows change when he's using more of his superhuman capabilities? Is that how it works? Yeah. On the left side, hold on. Let me look up Sanji's face. Time skip Sanji. Ah, okay, we have an explanation. There's an official explanation as to why Sanji's eyebrows change. Whenever he uses his, superhuman abilities, his eyes change to that of a 66, like double 6, like Germa double 6. So whenever his eyebrows have changed, it's because he's been using his powers. His extra superhuman abilities as well. So now that's actually a thing. That's actually a thing. His eyebrows change positions into a 66. Well, to you guys, it would be like a 66 when he's using his, exoskeleton and supreme changed abilities. And now our feature presentation. Physics as we know it is dead. That's crazy. Kizaru just had one of his lasers blocked. Nothing has been able to block Kizaru's laser before. Non-canonly, we've seen it with Shanks when he just when Shanks blocked his shots during the ending of Film Red. But, that's just one of those cool moments. But Kizaru's shots have never been blocked. He's been stopped before. Like when he's using Yata no Kagami, he's been stopped by Rayleigh. He's even been stopped by Whitebeard during the Marineford War. But when it comes to like his actual finger shots, no one, I don't think, has ever blocked it and completely destroyed it. Ever. Which means that Sanji is on a level where Kizaru's Devil Fruit shots will not work on him. And not to mention the fact that your boy Sanji was fast enough to intercept it. Kizaru has found someone who is capable of keeping up with him. A man who can turn into light and move at light speed has encountered an individual who is capable of keeping up with him. Remember when what opening was it? What opening was it where it showed the Straw Hats fighting different people? It showed Zoro clashing with Fujitora. It showed Kizaru clashing with Sanji. We're about to get... Because it shows Sanji and Luffy facing down Kizaru. We're about to get that moment where Sanji and Kizaru are about to have a kickoff. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. Also, Michael Mauger, good to see you as well. Neil Johnson, good to see you. One of my faithful members. Thank you. Van Auger gazed. Let's see. I'm guessing after Winter Island, Van Auger got a ride from Stronger and headed to Egghead, swapping places with Lafitte. They heard a funny, silly theory that Lafitte is Hattori. Lafitte with the pigeon fruit. That's a funny thought. Does her shape-shifting powers copy the powers of the subject that she morphs into? See, that's something that I've brought up before. She's able, when she uses her, distorted future, she was able to change her body type to that of Kuma. And when she thought of a distorted future, Nika-like future, she was able to shape her body into that of Nika. Basically, just turn her body rubbery like Luffy, which... And I brought this up when I was talking during my, I want to say one of my past reflections, or at least during my one of my last reactions, was the fact that her fruit allows her to tap into an alternate future of herself that could, in case in point, allow her to access devil fruit powers that she does not possess. That's kind of broken. She is literally, when she's using distorted future, she's dipping into a possible future where she is like Nika, with a rubbery body, able to fight however she pleases. Purely based off of Kuma's description, she was able to dip into a future where she was capable of moving and fighting like Nika. And with Luffy here, and with her ability to use distorted future, I would not be surprised if she's able to tap into that more intimately as a devil fruit user and access more of that. With Van Auger in 1093 and Caribou in 1094, this really lines up with the chapter. It really does. It really does. Caribou, you worthless T, rhymes with word. 1107 was trending for a reason. God bless this chapter. I was expecting to see more giants. They got like a small showcase in like the first two chapters. Well, in the first two pages, but then it just focuses on everyone else. Zoro versus Lucci. Lucci trying to talk down Zoro, and Zoro's all like, "Yeah, I ain't got time for this. We're trying to go. I'm kind of in a hurry." It shows you just how little Lucci registers on Zoro's radar. Now, mind you, they've been fighting this entire time. They're huffing and puffing. They're wheezing. They are tired, and it's time for them to go. But Zoro is still not serious enough. Zoro's still not serious enough for him for Lucci to register on his radar, for him to have the bandana on, or for him to use three swords. He's just a distraction at this point. But, Lucci is just that tenacious that he's just annoying Zoro to the point where he's kind of holding him up. Simply put, Rob Lucci is not king. Nope. Plus, Zoro's not really interested in fighting non-swordsmen. Yo, CDs, good to see you. I've heard that theory about Lafitte too. That would be crazy if it was true. Opening 17 of Dressrosa. Thank you. Oh, wait, you were talking about Devon? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, that's something I need to touch on as well. Does her shape-shifting powers copy the powers of the subject that she morphs into? No. But the thing that concerns me is that she touched Jay Garcia. So you know what that means? If she touched him, and if she touched him. That's the thing I'm kind of wondering about, because originally I thought that her powers revolved around her being able to just copy whoever she saw, and she didn't need to touch him. But she touched Jay Garcia. So you know what I think? I think Jay Garcia is not going to make it. Because what I think Katarina just did, what I think Katarina just did was she can do things on the same level as a clone fruit, but far grander. Whereas, Bon Clay possibly loses the person that he can change into if he touches his left hand or his right hand, either one. I'll look it up later. But with Katarina, I wouldn't be surprised if she can take that a step further, and she's able to transform into anyone that she touches, period, regardless of duration or whatever she does. That could be one of the powers of her being a nine-tailed fox. But the thing that's... bit my tongue. But the thing that's concerning is the fact that she just touched a member of the Gorosei, which means that if she can turn into Jay Garcia, and Jay Garcia does not make it out of Egghead alive, Katarina can pose as Jay Garcia. And seeing as how Jay Garcia is a person that has the supreme authority over everyone around him, no one would dare question Katarina Devon posing as him. So that's concerning. If Katarina Devon can turn into a member of the Gorosei and infiltrate in Marijois, she could do anything. Literally anything. That is a major concern. They are there. Because my thing is, did they know that Jay Garcia was going to be heading to Egghead in the first place, or was it just happenstance? That they found Jay Garcia there, and him in a state where she can easily touch him? That's the thing. Hold on, I gotta look this up. Actually, you know what? One Piece. Because I want to see if anyone's got like the full synopsis of this chapter down, because I really want to go over it. Because I love it. I love it when they put more details into it. Let's see. Yeah, we got a whole thing here. Nice. Also, we got Gum Gum Dawn Gatling. Gum Gum Dawn Gatling. That's something substantial. So, let me go through this listing. Real quick. Assuming that Im and the rest of the Gorosei didn't notice her, other Gorosei should be able to detect her with observation, Haki. That's one way to look at it, but that's only if she actually runs into them. See, with her position, she can walk around the grounds however she wants, and no one would ever bat an eye because as a member of the Gorosei, they're the highest authority. You don't ever question them. That's only assuming that's what she'll intend to use that ability for. I'm making wide assumptions here off of just one encounter with Katarina and Jay Garcia. I'm making a very wide assumption, so please don't take it as me thinking that's exactly what's going to happen. But the implications of being able to turn into a person who holds the highest authority over the entire planet, yeah, it can lead to some very wild theories. So let me go through the chapter notes. The giant warrior pirates, including Oimo and Kashi, make landfall on Egghead. Over 30 marine ships have been destroyed by both the Giants and the Pacifista already. Usopp notices them and tearfully concludes they must be here to help, to which Nami informs Lilith, Brook, and Jinbei about the new arrivals. A crying Bonnie refers to Luffy as Nika, though Luffy has no idea what she means by that. Luffy has no idea who Nika is. He just knows that this is a brand new transformation of him. Gear 5 is just a brand new transformation. He doesn't know anything about his own devil fruit, its history, why the Gorosei are so scared of that power being awakened, because they are scared of it. He just knows it as, like, this is my Gear 5 form. So he's pretty much oblivious to its history, or its connection to both Bonnie and Kuma. The crying Bonnie refers to Luffy as Nika, though Luffy has no idea what she means by that. Remembering Bonnie's attempts to mimic his powers, Luffy decides to show Bonnie how to throw a real punch. ain't this the same conversation that Shanks had with Luffy back when he was a kid? When you can throw a real punch. When you can throw a real punch, then you can become a member of my crew. I feel like Luffy had this same type of conversation with Shanks. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I read that first volume. Luffy uses Gum Dawn Gatling and repeatedly punches Saint Saturn, sending him flying across Egghead. Not a far distance away, just across the entire island. Sanji deflects Borsalino's laser beam, much to Kizaru and Frankie's shock. Kizaru most of all, because this is the first time he's been completely and utterly shocked that someone could actually stop an attack from him. As Frankie and Atlas leave with Bonnie and Kuma, Sanji prepares to fight Kizaru. We are literally about to get the King of Kicks against the fastest King of Kicks. Because Kizaru don't use his hands to fight. He uses it to fire beams, but not actual fist-to-fist fighting. He just kicks. And now we got Sanji, a person who predominantly fights with his feet, with his legs. The masters of kicking are about to face off. The Sanji versus Kizaru fight is about to happen. And we waited for it for so long, ever since we saw that opening 17 for Dressrosa. Thank you for that. That's about to happen. Vegapunk himself stays behind, stating that moving him with his current injuries would certainly be lethal. Katarina Devon touches Saturn's leg and declares their mission to be a success. Ain't it crazy just how successful in their missions that the Blackbeard pirates tend to be? They out there doing God knows what, and they're succeeding. We don't know to what end they're trying to do all this stuff. But they're succeeding. They successfully subjugated every single person that tried to come up against them when they raided Whole Cake Island and kidnapped Pudding. They've gained numerous devil fruits that make each and every one of them a far significantly more dangerous threat than ever before. And they just infiltrated Egghead, and with their mission being to apparently have Katarina touch Saturn's leg. Matter of fact, let's look up Katarina's devil fruit real quick. Let's see. The Nine-Tailed Fox. Strength and weaknesses. The main strength of this fruit is that it transforms the user into a mythological kitsune, complete with 9 large foxtails. As such, they gain all the abilities of one, including the ability to disguise themselves as anyone they like, allowing them to impersonate them. The clothing of the target individual can also be imitated during the transformation. Similar to the Mane Mane no Mi, the clone fruit, the user of this fruit has to touch their target first before being able to transform into a perfect copy. The fruit has no known weaknesses aside from the standard devil fruit weaknesses. Yeah, this is a major concern. This is another example of a devil fruit that has another lesser subcategory, where we have like the Flare fruit, and then we have the Heat fruit from the non-canon filler episodes from that one pirate that liked to take pirate flags from other people. Now we have another case where a category of cloning abilities and devil fruits, where Katarina Devon's is way above the clone fruit of Bon Clay. So that's in that situation. But it still functions the same way. Still has to touch their target, but the person is pretty much a perfect copy. No need for Katarina to find clothes to look like this person, like Bon Clay has to do. He can only transform his body. He can't transform his clothes. Whereas Katarina can take that a degree further and basically is just Mystique from the X-Men, from Marvel Comics. Just basically Mystique, though she still has to touch her target. And now that she's touched Jay Garcia, she can now turn into him. That's a thing now. And I think everyone should be concerned being able to turn into a member of the Godosei. But going back to the chapter, Saturn and Devon both realize that the other is aware of Marshall D. Teach's special lineage. That's the thing that is boggling my mind right now. We all knew that Teach was special. Marco knew. The Godosei obviously now know. And we knew there was something unique about Teach for him to be the first person in history to exhibit the ability to have 2 devil fruits at once, which was once thought impossible. And now we know that it's not just some rare thing that's happened to him that he's able to do. We can now confirm that it's because he comes from a special bloodline. What is it with this arc that has introduced the concepts of unique bloodlines? If it's not the bloodlines of the Buccaneers that has helped Kuma regain some of his will, that allowed him to save Bonnie and get back here and deliver the greatest punch in One Piece history, but now we're getting told that Teach comes from a special bloodline. And mind you, had Garcia said Buccaneer, then it would be like, wow, so Teach is a Buccaneer too? But no, he comes from a special lineage. The question is, what? Now we gotta go back to different theories, including when Buggy said that Teach has never slept a day in his life. We can no longer rule that out as like some sort of weird thing that Buggy would say. The fact that Jay Garcia brought up that Teach is from a special bloodline, we can now start thinking about, okay, what if his ability to never sleep, as Buggy put it, is actually because of his special bloodline where he never has to sleep at all? So now we just got that up in the air. Teach comes from a special bloodline that even the Gorosei know about. And the rest of the Blackbeard pirates know about it, but we don't know what that is. Devon and Van Auger both declare that the Blackbeard's pirates' ultimate goal is nothing less than the world. Their goal is to take the entire world. Van Auger reveals to Devon that he still has trouble teleporting larger distances. And Caribou approaches the Blackbeard pirates to join them and reveals that Teach is his idol. The very reason why Caribou and his brother went out to sea to become pirates is because of Blackbeard. And now this dude's trying to suck up to him. And you mean to tell me that we're not going on break after this chapter? Which also brings up the Teach is Zebek's son theory. Look, a lot of theories that people were having about Rocks and Teach, and how Teach's ship, his main ship, is called the Sword of Zebek. A lot of people are going to be falling back on their theories again after this one chapter. But still, the fact that we're not going on break after this, that's amazing to me. That's amazing. We're getting another chapter next week. So much happened in this so much happened in this chapter. It's amazing. It's amazing. I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 chapter. Everything was good. The dialogue was good. Everything was good. Caribou over Bartolomeo. Caribou is I would say that, but if we're talking about being fanboys, Caribou is to a far lesser degree than Bartolomeo. Because Bartolomeo is a fanatic who has absolutely no self-control when he's in front of his idol. Whereas Caribou, I mean, he can behave himself, but, you know, they're both still giddy to see their people that they idolize. The best thing we can hope for is after getting information from Caribou, Blackbeard disposes of him. Well, Blackbeard is not shy about killing people after he gets what he needs from them. I mean, first example was Thatch, so you know. Luffy has Bartolomeo and Teach now has Caribou. I'll take Bartolomeo any day. Yeah, the Straw Hat crew, the Blackbeard crew and Straw Hat crew are becoming more and more similar with each passing day. They got these various members that have their roles, but the difference is Luffy is more lighthearted, whereas the Blackbeard pirates are more blackhearted. So they're opposites of each other, but they're doing so many things so similarly. But this was a good chapter. This was a very good chapter. But now I'm concerned that Katarina Devon has the potential to turn into a member of the Gorosei and use that power to do whatever she wants. That's a concern. But overall, I like this chapter. 10 out of 10. We got Dawn Gatling. We got Sanji being able to block a shot from Kizaru, which is like physics. If you were able to do that, let me go back to that chapter. If, let's see, Sanji saying love is stronger than light, and then Kizaru goes, if that's true, then physics as we know it is dead. The fact that he tried to shoot Bonnie while she had her back turned, and Sanji came up and blocked it, meaning that Sanji is fast enough to keep up with a man who can turn into light. That's amazing to me. But good God, this was an amazing chapter. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm not gonna keep droning on because I gotta get started with My Hero, and then after that we got Jujutsu, and then I'm done for today. So I gotta say, I'm getting hyped for Bonnie versus Devon in the future if it happens. It should be interesting. It should be very interesting where the story of One Piece goes after we get the next chapter, because man, things are happening. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a magnificent stream to have with all of you for such a magnificent chapter of One Piece. From Ogata to Ozzy to Blue Arc to Finding to Ghosts to Kohagen, every single person who showed up today, you have blessed me with your presence. You really have. I thank you. And thank you, I think it was like, who was it? Ozzy being a member. Thank you for being a member for 20 months. 20 months? That's a substantial amount of time. You are literally 4 months away from being a member for 2 full years. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing me to be your entertainer. But now it's time to move on to the next series. So, to all of you, both new and veterans of this channel, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, subscribe, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples, on to My Hero.